The 4014 is running. Big things are happening this week.
This is Railroad Showcase. This episode is being filmed on Saturday, May the 4th. So we didn't make it out to Cheyenne, but we just recently saw the live stream that Trains Magazine did, and Big Boy has been inaugurated. The champagne bottle was broken, and it is rolling out of Cheyenne. We weren't able to cover that in person, but we are going to shortly be headed out to Ogden to try to get footage to bring to you in a couple of weeks. We want to review some of the great material that has been released by people who were on location. We'll get to that in just a second. Some people on the episode that we put out a couple of weeks ago listened to our comments and mistakenly thought that we were criticizing the UP Steam team, and that's not the case. We are not on that bandwagon. We're not signing up with one side versus another, and we certainly were looking forward to seeing the engine run successfully. Absolutely. We only wished them the best of success. It doesn't do anybody any good to see them fail, and the kind of people who wanted to see them fail are the kind of people who enjoy watching people trip and fall downstairs. So what we were saying, though, is that we were surprised that they hadn't yet had a shakedown run at that point. And, of course, there's been a lot of talk back and forth on that subject. But so in the scope of human endeavor, any project that is complicated enough and big enough to be a years upon years project, and it has a set deadline, I think anybody that's worked on anything that big will agree that coming down to the final days before that deadline,
48 hours,
before doing a shakedown run, less than 48 hours, is cutting things pretty close. And the only thing I was wondering was whether or not that was a deliberate choice, whether or not 3 years ago they decided, yep, the shakedown run is going to happen a day and a half before, or did they get caught by unexpected surprises? And we don't know. We probably will never know, but it's always a matter of curiosity as to what they're really thinking. Frankly, I think it wasn't quite down to the wire as much as it looked like on the outside of the shop. I think they had things well in order, well in advance, and just from the outside to the spectators, it looked like they were really coming down in the 11th hour.
Well, and when it comes down to it, all that really matters is that it was a successful run.
Yes, we're looking forward to that. There's a lot of footage that has come out from those initial shakedown runs and from what happened yesterday and just this morning. We're going to go to just a few of our favorites on those. The first one is from a YouTube channel called Michael Loves Trains, and he posted this gorgeous run by. His long lens gives us a good long look at the engine as it's moving towards us, and it gives just a hint of the articulation as the front engine is just a bit out of alignment with the boiler. But of course, for me, the best moment is the sound of that deep-throated whistle.
The next video we really liked was by Skip Wasteman on his Steam UP channel. His video was a lot less stable since it was shot from a moving car, but these first pacing shots are wonderful. We can also see the small steam leak past the packing on the front right piston rod. The engineer opens and closes the cocks, perhaps trying to make sure one of them isn't stuck open.
And then yesterday, Jim Rinn, the editor of Trains Magazine, shot a live stream video to Facebook from within the shops. This is the kind of instantaneous, behind-the-scenes view that could only have been dreamed of 20 years ago.
Of course, this is an amazing locomotive. They've got a lot of last minute buttoning up to do. There's some sheet metal work yet to be done. And thank you, Dick. And some other work, but overall, good looking horse, and quite a monumental effort to get this done, and really amazing what the UP has done here. And just look at all the machinery here. The valve gear, the power reverse, the drivers, the pistons and cylinders, and of course the articulation hinge is down here right underneath the locomotive. So it's quite a piece of work.
You know, I really appreciate the fact that Mr. Wren is a true steam man.
We also want to give a big shout out to our good friend Scott Kennedy, who was there and got some of these awesome shots. Thanks for sending them to us, man. We really appreciate it.
There's information about this week's activities in Utah all over the internet, but there's a few clearinghouses that have some of the best material. The first place to go to is spike150.org, and this is a consortium of a lot of entities in Utah that have worked together for this big event, and they have all kinds of information listing both railroad, non-railroad, semi-railroad events, activities, and venues to go to if you happen to be out near Ogden or Salt Lake. The main page for 844 and the big boy is the UP Steam page at up.com/heritage/steam. And if you want to look at the history a little bit closer, then you can also go to UP's Gold Spike page, which is up.com/Golden Spike. And there's a lot of really good information and activities you can go through to get a sense of the history of what's happening in Utah right now. So the schedule as it stands at the moment has the big boy leaving today, and she's going to spend the night in Rawlins, Wyoming. Sunday, going to go as far as Rock Springs, Wyoming. Monday, going to be going from Rock Springs to Evanston, Wyoming. Tuesday, they're going to sit tight and hold in Evanston all day. Then Wednesday, the last leg of the trip, will be into Ogden. On Thursday, May the 9th, they will be holding the Ogden Heritage Festival, when the big boy will participate in a ceremony and be on display for the day. Friday, May 10th is the big day at Promontory Summit. Out at the National Historic Site, they're going to have a recreation of the event, and that's really the big party. Sure hope you got your parking pass, because their website indicates that the parking passes are now all sold out. There's no admission to get in, but there was a price for the parking passes, and I suppose you could probably still come if you could find someone else you can hitch a ride with, or if you're willing to park your car a very long ways away. So both Friday and Saturday, 4014 and the 844 are going to remain in Ogden on display at Ogden Union Station. And then Sunday is when they will start their trip back towards Cheyenne, following roughly the same type of schedule as they had on the way out. We didn't make it out to Cheyenne, but we are planning on being in Ogden and in Promontory, so you might see us there.
And we've got a special code word for you guys. Central Pacific. Come up, say hi to us, and if you say that, Central Pacific, to us, we've got some gifts for you.
Everybody who comes up and greets us with the Central Pacific greeting will get a full year of Gold Spike membership to Railroad Showcase, and the first dozen people who come up and greet us that way are going to get a free DVD. Your choice, as long as there's choices to be had. So we look forward to seeing you. We really hope to meet as many of our viewers as possible in person. We know a number of you are going to be out there, and we sure hope we run into you.
Thank you guys for watching.